coffee's still warm, but the chair is cold. You didn't scream, you didn't even scold. You just folded your hands like a finished book and gave me that long it's over look. No slamming doors, no sudden rain, just the quiet hum of a steady pain. You let me go like a ghost in the night. No fire in the words, no desperate fight. You didn't break my heart, you let it rust, turning our always into a must. It's the kindest way to kill a soul, to leave me empty but somehow whole. Oh, you let me go gently. I was braced for the storm, for the lightning strike. I had my excuses, everything you dislike, but you just smiled with those tired eyes and cut the tether to our thinnest ties. You packed your things in a soft gray light and kissed my cheek with no appetite. I almost wish you'd hate me, I almost wish you'd lie. Anything to keep the spark from a slow and steady die. But your mercy is a heavy weight, leaving nothing left to negotiate. You let me go like a ghost in the night. No fire in the words, no desperate fight. You didn't break my heart, you let it rust, turning our always into a must. It's the kindest way to kill a soul, to leave me empty but somehow whole. Oh, you let me go gently. No jagged edges, no scars to show, just a quiet house where the shadows grow. You walked away with a steady hand and left me sinking in the softest sand, gently. So gently. You let me go. I'm watching you watch the clock on the wall, waiting for a reason, any reason at all, to get up and go, to end the charade. I'm counting the ways that the light started to fade. Your keys are already in the palm of your hand, while I'm building a castle on shifting sand. I'm screaming underwater, but you don't hear a sound, just the heavy thud of my heart hitting the ground. And it's the way that you look right through me now, like I'm a ghost who forgot how to take a bow. I can feel the cold where the fire used to be. There's 1,000 miles between you and me. It's the hardest truth I've ever had to see. fix a beautiful mess, but you taste the bitterness in every bite, and you're looking for the exit in the middle of the night. You used to memorize the lines on my face. Now I'm just an empty space you're trying to replace. Don't say it's not me, don't say it's just time. When falling out of love feels like a violent crime, you're still in the room, but your soul's out the door, and I can't make you stay if you don't care anymore. Yeah, it's the way that you look right through me now, like I'm a ghost who forgot how to take a bow. I can feel the cold where the fire used to be. There's 1,000 miles between you and me. It's the hardest truth I've ever had to see, that you don't love me, you just love the memory. You don't love me, no you don't. I'm just a habit you're learning to break, a heart you're okay with leaving to ache. You don't love me, and that's the part that kills. I found a ticket in my pocket from that summer night. The ink is fading, but the memory is still blindingly bright. We were leaning on the hood of your beat-up car, counting the years instead of the stars. You said I'll never let go, and I believed the lie, because the moon looked like a promise in your eyes. We had the blueprints, we had the land, we had a lifetime held in our hands. But the wind picked up and the season shifted, and I watched the dream we built get drifted. We were almost forever, almost a happily ever after. Now I'm just haunted by the ghost of your laughter. We were a heartbeat away from a permanent home. Now I'm just standing in the almost alone. We had the ring, we had the names, but now we're just ashes from different flames. So close to the finish, but we lost the endeavor. We were almost forever. I passed the corner where we said we'd buy that house, with the wraparound porch and the quiet like a mouse. Now there's a for sale sign stuck in the dirt, and every time I see it, it's a fresh kind of hurt. It's not that we hated or even that we fought, it's just that we became the things that we thought we were not. We were almost forever, almost the happily ever after. Now I'm just haunted by the version of me. So close to the finish, but we lost the endeavor. We were so close, just a second away, but almost is a debt I can't ever repay. Forever ended, a day too soon. I saw that old guitar sitting in the corner of the room, gathering the dust and the shadows and the gloom. The strings are a little rusted, the wood is a little worn, like the pages of a story that we went and let get torn. I reached out my hand just to touch the middle C, and it felt like an electric jolt of who we used to be. I haven't heard the melody in a year or maybe two, because every single note just sounds exactly like you. It was our anthem, it was our heartbeat, it was our truth, the soundtrack to the messy, golden days of our youth. But now the silence is a weight I can't quite lift, and I'm just a drifter in the static and the drift. Oh, I can't heard it in the grocery store, 3 aisles down, and I stood there like a statue while the world spun round. I wanted to run, I wanted to hide got stuck and the colors turned to gray. It was a rhythm of our breathing. It was my favorite line. Now it's just the sound of a long and lonely night. One last chord fading into the black. Once you stop the record, you can't ever get the silence back. I didn't scream, I didn't throw a glass. I just watched the clouds in the window pass. You were humming a song, tying your shoes, while I was beginning to lose. The air in the kitchen felt heavy and thin, like the walls were finally caving in. You said, see you later, and closed the door, not knowing I wasn't me anymore. There were no sirens, no thunderous sound, just the weight of my shadow hitting the ground. It wasn't a crash or a violent goodbye, just a slow motion leak from a corner of my eye. The world kept on moving, the clock didn't stop, but I felt the floor under me finally drop. No one heard the snap or the silence it likely. The day my heart broke quietly. I made a pot of coffee for one, tried to tell myself that we weren't done, but the steam disappeared like a ghost in the air, leaving me sitting in an empty chair. The neighbors were laughing, the kids were at play. It's funny how life stays exactly the same while a person is falling completely apart, with a million small cracks and a delicate heart. There were no sirens, no thunderous sound, just the weight of my shadow hitting the ground. It wasn't a crash or a violent goodbye, just a slow motion leak from a corner of my eye. The world kept on moving, the clock didn't stop, but I felt the floor under me finally drop. No one heard the snap or the silence it likely. The day my heart quietly, quietly, just a whisper in the hall. I didn't make a sound when I lost it all. I'm standing in the doorway, watching the light as it bleeds from the windows into the night. The car is running out on the curb, and the silence is the only thing I've heard. I'm memorizing the way your shoulders rise before you turn and cut the ties. I won't ask for a reason or one more day, just one little thing before you go away. Go on and take your last smile, put it in your pocket while I lock the door and empty the locket. Leave the bitterness and the broken glass. Just take that glow before you let us pass. It's the only version of you I wanna keep before the memories start to weep. Take your last smile. Take your last smile. The keys are on the counter, cold and silver. I can feel my resolution start to shiver. Don't look at me with pity or with regret. Just give me the warmth I haven't forgotten yet. I wanna remember you kind, I wanna remember you bright. Not the shadow walking out into the night. They say first impressions are the ones that stick, but the last ones are the ones that make you sick. So fake it for a second, lie with your eyes. Give me one beautiful ending before the goodbye. Go on and take your last smile, put it in your pocket while I lock the door and empty the locket. Leave the bitterness and the broken glass. Just take that glow before you let us pass. It's the only version of you I wanna keep before the memories start to weep. the hallway like a secret in the dark, leaving every corner of this house without a spark. You didn't wake me up, you didn't leave a heavy note, just the ghost of your perfume on my winter coat. I heard the floorboard creak, familiar little sound, but I kept my eyes closed tight, staring at the ground. I knew if I looked up, I'd beg for one more night. So I let you slip away into the morning light. No lightning strike, no thunder in the air, just the quiet desperation of an empty chair. It's a different kind of torture when there's no one left to blame, when the ending is a whisper instead of a flame. It was a soft goodbye, a feather on the floor, a silent turning handle on a heavy wooden door. No, I hate you, no, I'm sorry, no tears to wash it out, just the fading of a shadow and the end of every doubt. My heart didn't scream, it just ran out of breath. A gentle kind of ending, a quiet kind of death. You left without a tremor, you left without a cry, in the hollow of a soft goodbye. I watched your taillights vanish through the frost upon the pane, a red glow in the distance, then the falling of the rain. It's funny how the silence is the loudest thing I've heard, more painful than a weapon, sharper than a word. You didn't leave a mess, you didn't leave a trace, except the coldness on the pillow where you used to rest your face. A clean break is a lie that the happy people tell, 'cause this quiet little exit feels like a living hell. It was a soft goodbye, a feather on the floor, a silent turning handle on a heavy wooden door. No, I hate you, no, I'm sorry, no tears to wash it out, just the fading of a shadow and the end of every doubt. My heart didn't scream, it just ran out of breath. A gentle kind of ending, a quiet kind of death. You left without a tremor, you left without a cry, in the hollow of a soft goodbye. I was braced for the hurricane, I was ready for the storm, but I wasn't prepared for the bed to stay warm. left the TV on to drown out the quiet, but the silence is loud and I can't even fight it. Your coffee mug is sitting right where it stayed, like a little stone monument to the plans that we made. I walk past the park where we carved out our names. Now the wood's getting soft in the cold autumn rains. They say grief is just love with no place to go, and I've got a mountain that's starting to show. Someone today with a coat just like yours, and for one foolish second I forgot all the wars. I almost called out, I almost fell home, before the truth took its bite and it swallowed my soul. Now I'm scrolling through photos till the screen burns my eyes, living on memories and beautiful lies. Is it easier for you? Do you sleep through the night? Or do you reach for the spades on your left and lose the fight? Because the hardest part isn't the goodbye we say, it's the good mornings echoing inside of my head. There's a heavy kind of hollow in the middle of the day, 1,000 things I'm bursting to say. It's the way the air shifts when I walk through the door and realize I'm not coming home to you anymore. It's a dull aching hunger, a debt I can't pay, missing somebody who's just a heartbeat away, but a lifetime out of reach. I'm just missing you, in the click of the lock, in the pour of the rain. Missing you until the was becomes is again. Just missing somebody. I'm smoothing out the wrinkles on your side of the mattress, a silent choreographer of a quiet, lonely madness. The pillows are still dented where your head used to lay. I'm tucking in the edges of the things I couldn't say. The sunlight's hitting dust motes, dancing in the air, while I'm pretend arranging a life that isn't there. Every linen fold is a memory I keep of the secrets that we whispered before we went to sleep. second I wasn't okay. I'm matching up the corners, keeping everything tight, as if a well-made bed could fix a wrong turn right. But the linen feels like iron, and the cotton feels like lead, when I realize I'm the only one who's gonna lay in this bed. What do I do with the extra space left behind? It's a battleground for a tired, lonely mind. I can leave it unmade, I can leave it in a mess, but I'm clinging to the order to hide the space. Yeah, I'm making the bed for a ghost who won't stay, pulling up the covers to hide the empty gray. I'm straightening the sheets like I'm straightening my soul, trying to make a broken thing look perfectly whole. It's a heavy kind of labor, a hollow kind of grace, just making the bed in a dead, quiet space. Tugging at the light, the hospital corners are sharp and tight, but the bed is still cold, and the story is told, making the bed alone. The boxes are stacked up by the peeling white paint. Your voice is a whisper, a ghost of a saint. There's no broken glass, no holes in the wall, no grand final stand, no curtain to fall. I'm waiting for lightning, I'm waiting for rain, for some kind of anger to dampen the pain. But you're just folding your shirts with, oh, je me precision, while I'm drowning inside of your quiet decision. I'd take a scream, I'd take a fire, I'd take a heartbreaking, beautiful liar, but you're just a shadow retreating from sight, giving up early, avoiding the fight. It's the love that didn't fight that hurts the most. It didn't die a hero, it just became a ghost. No, stay with me please, no, don't walk away. Just a cold kind of fight at the end of the day. We let the fire go out without trying to stoke it. We saw the glass crack and we just let you break it. Now I'm standing alone in this hollow light, left with the wreckage of a love that didn't fight. I left the door open, a dead in the dark, hoping you'd stay. a single small spark, but you walked right through it and didn't look back, leaving your footprints in every new crack. It's easy to leave when you don't care to win, when you've already peeled off your heart and your skin. You didn't even bother to slam the front door. You just acted like us wasn't worth fighting for. It's the love that didn't fight that hurts the most. It didn't die a hero, it just became a ghost. No, stay with me please, no, don't walk away. Just a cold kind of fine. At the end of the day, we let the fire go out without trying to stoke it. We saw the glass crack and we just let you break it. Now I'm standing alone in this hollow light, left with the wreckage of a love that didn't fight. I would've bled for you, I would've burned, I would've stayed till the tables were turned. But it takes two soldiers to hold up a shield, and you'd already surrendered our heart to the and a quiet goodbye. The desk is covered in shadows and ink, more words than I ever allowed myself to think. I'm tracing the margins of things left unsaid, a map of the ghost stories inside my head. I bought a book of stamps I'll never use, afraid of the answers, afraid I might lose the only small piece of you I still keep, safe in the silence before I go to sleep. It's a conversation that has no end, with a version of you around every bend. The with all of the almost I can't quite forget. These are the letters I'll never send, 1,000 I misuse that I can't defend. I'm sealing my heart in a white envelope, tucking away all this desperate hope. You'll never read about the way that I broke, or the words that I swallowed until I would choke. Just a box in the closet, a ghost on a shelf, letters for you that I wrote for myself. I wrote about the coffee and the way you take yours, about how the silence now echoes through floors. I told you I'm angry, then I took it all back, filling in every single heart-shaped crack. I wonder if you're looking at the same moon tonight, wishing my name was still somewhere in sight. But I fold the page once, then I fold it again, building a wall out of paper and pen. These are the letters I'll never send, 1,000 I misuse that I can't defend. I'm sealing my heart in a white envelope, tucking away all this desperate hope. You'll never read about the way that I broke, or the words that I swallowed until I would choke. Just a box in the closet, a ghost on a shelf, letters for you that I wrote for myself. I could walk to the mailbox at the end of the street and let the cold metal make the ending complete. But the truth is too fragile to survive in the air. It's safer right here in the things we don't share. Yeah, dear, you is a mountain I'm still trying to climb, while I'm wasting my ink and I'm wasting my time. These are the letters I'll never send, just I'm sorry and always right up to the end. I'm sealing my heart in a white envelope, letting go of the ghost of our hope. No return address, no name on the line, just a secret of yours that stayed on. I'm sitting 3 feet away on the edge of the couch with a heavy secret locked inside of my mouth. You're talking about your day, about the weather and plans, while I'm tracing the lines in the palms of my hands. I wanna reach out and bridge the divide, but I'm suffocating on the words I keep inside. I'm a master of disguise, a pro at the I'm fine, while I'm slowly drowning right on the line. If you Save that voicemail from 3 years ago, just to hear the version of us I used to know. You look at me now like I'm a stranger's face, a temporary tenant in this hollow space. I'm rehearsing the end while you're checking your phone. Together is the loneliest way to be alone. Maybe it's mercy that you're so blind to the shattered pieces you've left behind. Or maybe you know when you're playing along, just waiting for me to finish the song. If you only knew the way the room goes dark every time you smile, and it misses the mark. If you only knew the wars I'm fighting for you, just to keep from breaking right in your view. I'm a sinking ship and you're the shore, but I don't think you love me if you only knew I'm I'm a ghost in the kitchen, a tear in the rain. If you only knew, but you never will. No, you never will. The party ended hours ago. The lights are dimmed and low, but I'm still sitting on the porch with nowhere left to go. The seasons changed their colors while I was waiting by the gate. I turned a maybe to a must and realized too late that you had packed your bags in June and moved your heart away, while I was planting roses in the winter of our stay. I'm a guest who missed the exit, a ghost inside the hall, waiting for a miracle that wasn't there at all. I mistook the silence for a comfortable peace. I mistook your distance for a momentary lease, but the lease was up and the keys were gone, and I was still humming our favorite song. I stayed too long at a love that was leaving. I spent too much time on a heart that was grieving. I tried to fix a window that was already shattered, believing that my staying was the only thing that mattered. Now the coffee is cold and the fire is gray, and I'm just the wreckage you left in the way. And the hardest part of the truth I found is I stayed too long after the walls came down. knew before I did that you were the ocean and I was just a kid, trying to hold back the tide with a plastic little spade, while the foundation we built started to crumble and fade. I should have left when the laughter turned into a chore. I should have run when your eyes didn't spark anymore. But I'm a sucker for a memory, a slave to the used to be, and I let your absence become the whole of me. I stayed too long at a love that was leaving. I spent too much time on a heart that was grieving. I tried to fix a window that was already shattered, believing that my staying was the only thing that mattered. Now the coffee is cold and the fire's gray, and I'm just the wreckage you left in the way. And the hardest part of the truth I found is I stayed too long after the walls came down. They say love is a marathon. They say you gotta hold on tight, but nobody tells you when to give up the fight. There's a fine line between loyal and losing your mind, and I crossed it 1,000 miles back behind. The house is empty now. Even the echoes have moved on. I'm finally walking out the door, but God, everyone's already gone. I still catch myself checking the porch light, like you're just late, like everything's alright. I reach for your hand in the middle of the night, but the sheets are cold and the shadows just fight. I'm memorizing the silence you left in the hall, trying to stand, but I've forgotten how to crawl. The world keeps moving, it's a blur of gray, but I'm stuck in the second you walked away. Now I'm falling back, falling deep There's a ghost in the kitchen, a scent on your coat, 1,000 I love yous I never quite wrote. I'm tracing the cracks where the picture frame stood, telling myself that I'm doing good. Ooh. But the good is a lie that I tell to the wall, while I'm waiting for a phone that's never gonna call. They say time is a healer, they say it gets light, but I'm losing the sun in the middle of the fight. How do I unknow the way that you breathe? How do I stay when you're desperate to leave? Now I'm falling back, falling deep, falling through every broken promise that started with you. I thought I was moving, I thought I was free, but your ghost is still living in the heart of me. It's a long way down, and there's no one to catch. Just a flicker of hope and a burned out match. I'm falling back into us again. Falling back. I'm still reaching for the air where you used to be, just a shadow of you. And the rest of me. Falling back. I'm looking at the scrapbook that we used to fill with every ticket stub and every dollar bill. But there's a jagged edge where your silhouette should be, a hollow paper ghost staring back at me. You took the silver shears to every single frame, removing your face, but leaving the blame. I'm a puzzle piece with nowhere to fit, just a faded story that you chose to quit. Now I'm cut out by you, like a shape in the dark, left with the outline but none of the spark. You trimmed away the parts of me that you didn't need, leaving a canvas that started to bleed. It's a surgical silence, a cold-blooded view, knowing my life was just cut out by you. to swallow the truth that there's no more us and you. You erased the messages, you blocked every line, cropping me out like I was never divine. I'm a background blur in a photo of your new life, while I'm still twisting the blade of this paper-thin knife. Was it easy to snip? Was it easy to tear? To act like the love we had was never even there? You edited the history until it suited your soul, leaving me with the scraps while you're feeling whole. Yeah, I'm cut out by you, like a shape in the dark, left with the outline, but none of the spark. You trimmed away the parts of me that you didn't need, leaving a canvas that's starting to bleed. It's a surgical silence, a cold-blooded view, knowing my life was just cut out by you. Falling to the floor like confetti from a war. Just a remnant, just a trace of a discarded face, cut out by you. I'm sitting at the table with a steady hand, watching our house of cards turn into sand. There's no shaking shoulders, no loud gasping sound, just the silent impact of us hitting the ground. The neighbors think I'm strong because the windows are dry, but they don't see the drought where I used to cry. The wells have run dry, the storm has moved on, but I'm still standing in the wreckage now that you're gone. I'm crying without tears, bleeding without blood, drowning in a desert while I'm waiting for the flood. It's an eternal ache, a heavy, hollow cage, a silent ending on a blank white page. You think that I'm over it because I'm standing still, but I'm crying without tears, and I always will. I'm mimicking the movements of a person